prawns, and other animals that is catering to the fast-growing animal protein needs in the country. The association has more than 240 members from all subsectors of the livestock industry, such as producers, animal nutrition and healthcare, veterinary services, processing, distribution, and retailing of meat. For today's session, we have invited the key people from both demand and supply sector who are going to give their expert opinion on this burning topic. I'm really glad to have Dr. Davish Jain, Darjo also. So welcome, sir. Dr. Jain is a man full of experience and qualification. BSc, DLit, MPhil, PhD, and MBA are few of his accreditations. He is president of Prestige Group of Industries, a business magnate of agribusiness in India, focusing on soybean industry and exporting to more than 40 countries in the world. Currently, he is chairman of Prestige Education Trust and chairman of SOPA for the third time. He has a big list of accomplishments which may take a lot of time for me to read. I welcome Dr. Jain as a panelist for today's session. Now, let us start today's session, and our first question is going to be Dr. Davish Jain.
Namaskar.
So, Dr. Jain, can you please give complete scenario of current situation of soya meal availability, next 6 months situation, export data and future outlook, and how SOPA is planning to support users of soybean meal in country? And one more question I'm going to add here is that what action SOPA has taken to increase the productivity of soybean in the country?
Sure.
Over to you, sir.
Namaskar. Very good evening and warm welcome to all our distinguished panelists, including Mr. B. Sundarajan, Managing Director of Sugna Holdings, Dr. Bahadur Ali, Chairman of All India Poultry Breeders Association, Dr. B.B. Mehta, Executive Director of Solvent Trade Association of India, Dr. Dinesh Bhosle, past Chairman CLAFMA, Mr. B.M. Rao from the Shrimp Feed Millers Association, and last but not the least, Mr. Neeraj Kumar Srivastava of CLAFMA and moderator of this important discussion. Thank you for inviting me in this very timely and relevant panel discussion on soybean, oil meal, and oil meal demand and supply outlook. I expect that we shall not only discuss the immediate impact on soybean processors and soybean farmers with the poultry industry, the feed industry, but also look at the far-reaching benefits. Besides being the chairman of SOPA, the Soybean Processors Association of India, headquartered in Indore, I'm also a soya entrepreneur and had raised concerns about crisis of soya processors and farmers at various platforms, including before the government from time to time, as you all might be knowing. I've been processing soybean for over 4 decades now and selling soy meal in domestic and overseas markets. Not only is it is the biggest source of protein for poultry and aquaculture industry, it is the excellent source with a very rich amino acids profile. Over the years, soybean farmers, soybean processors and vendors of soya meal and the poultry industry have faced good and bad times. But this corona epidemic is an unprecedented global crisis. I consider it the third world war, a war in which not a single bullet and a missile was fired, but millions of people died. The economy of all the countries of the world went down sharply. The economy of North and South Americas, China and India, the largest producers and consumers of soybean, have suffered the most damage from corona. Demand and supply of soybean and other oil meals have to be understood by all of us in the backdrop of COVID epidemic. Let me try to explain this, friends. The poultry and aquaculture industry, as per our estimates, needs about 5 million tons of soya meal annually. To produce this much, soybean processors need 65 lakh tons or 6.5 million tons of soybean seeds. However, amidst the historic rise in soybean prices in the country this year and subsequent rise in soybean prices, which has risen by almost 50% from about rupees 35 to rupees 58 per kg, the demand for soya meal from poultry industry in the country has declined. As per the latest demanded supply of soybean meal and soybean provided by SOPA as of 1st of April this year, soybean meal consumption for feed industry in the country between October 2020 to March 2021 has declined to 27 lakh tons, that is 2.7 million tons against 29.25 lakh tons, that is 2.925 million tons during the same period last year. Amidst falling demand for soya meal from poultry sector and steep hike in soybean prices, SOPA has lowered poultry demand estimate for soybean meal for feed this year by 1 lakh tons. Because of declining domestic demand for soybean meal, SOPA has also lowered soybean crushing estimate in the country this year to 93.5 lakh tons, that is 9.35 million tons against 95 lakh tons or 9.5 million tons. However, contrary to declining demand for soybean meal for the feed, export of soybean meal from the country has recorded a sharp rise compared to the previous year. Production of soya meal in the country between October 2020 and March 2021 has risen to 46.69 lakh tons or 4.7 million tons against 36.21 lakh tons, that is 3.62 million tons last year. Similarly, soybean meal export this year till March in the first 9 months rose to 15.94 lakh tons or 1.6 million tons against 4.23 lakh tons, that is 0.423 million tons during the same period last year. With soybean prices in the country this year zooming past previous year's records, SOPA has increased estimated demand for soybean seeds for sowing this year by 1 lakh tons, as farmers this year are retaining soybeans sowing for the next crop. To me, rise in soybean and soybean meal prices in the country is mainly because soybean farmers sold soybeans to soybean processors at a price quite higher than MSP. This is good for farmer as it has helped them get a hefty return on soybean farming. Getting higher prices for soybean will certainly help farmers to further increase the acreage under soybean farming next year. Hence, I do not subscribe to the recent demand made by the All India Poultry Breeders Association for import of 12 lakh tons of soybean rein in uptrend of the soybean and soya meals. Giving boost to domestic farming will be in the long-term interest of soybean farmers, soy meal end users, and soya processing industries, as it will arrest uptrend in soy meal prices in the time to come, leading to rise in demand from the poultry and aquaculture industry. Not only soybean processors, every industry in the country had to pay high prices for getting sufficient raw material during the COVID year. Poultry industry is paying a higher price for soya meal. As a result of this, poultry products have also become expensive. All the countries of the world have distributed cash to their citizens to recover from the impact of this pandemic. Liquidity has increased in the market, but during this epidemic, people did not spend it on immediate consumption, but instead invested in the money in shares and stock markets, more particularly in commodities market or real estate.
So,
People are buying their
Doc-
personal vehicles.
Dr. Jain, you need to make it till fast because we have limited
Okay.
time. And
So my
I request you to focus it actually on the current situation of the soya meal, and if you can just highlight some of those things.
sure,
What are
sure,
the
sure, 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 sir. With the huge stimulus packages which were introduced by the respective countries of governments all over the world, a lot of funds are seen floating around, chasing commodities in commodity markets and in physical markets and the investments in other stock and real estate. But majority of has been the funds going long in holding agri commodities, which has seen a bull run on the complex as well. Moreover, there was a loss of production in Argentina, which is the largest exporters of soya meal and soya oil in the world, because their production in generally which was hovering around 55 to 60 million tons is now stated to be between 43 and 45 million tons. With this adverse effect on soybean produced in Brazil and heavy drawdown on the US American soybean stocks, with their exports zooming to 250% rise in 1 year with their soybean exports to China. This all has resulted in soaring effect on the prices. Indian production, although was looking to be historical one before the harvest, couldn't be as much, but still quite sufficient to serve the domestic needs, as also the brisk demand from US, Europe, and Asian countries. This year, we have seen almost, as per our estimates, 104 lakh tons of soybean produced as per SOPA estimates. And this would give about 93.5 lakh tons available for crushing after appropriating the stocks for both sowing needs and also retained for other direct consumption. So the residual meal, I think, should suffice after taking care about 18 lakh tons of exports, because 16 lakh we have already done in the first 6 months, but the remainder 6 months, the exports would be very scanty. And in my opinion, that would not be more than 2 to 3 lakh tons. The reason being, there's the now the demand is less or more met as far as our export contracts are done, have been executed. Now, as I mentioned, 27 lakh tons was estimated for the consumption the first 6 months. The next 6 months, we have estimated the consumption from the feed industry to be 23 lakh tons. And the residual soya bean crop, as per the SOPA's estimate at the end of March, stands about 36.64 lakh tons of 3.64 million tons, which on a rough basis gives you about 3 million tons of soybean meal, or 30 lakh tons. So, in my opinion, whether we take our requirement for the domestic feed industry or also for the export sub 3 lakh tons, that should be quite sufficient in our opinion.
So thank you, Dr. Jain. I think you have made really a very nice statistics presented to the team. The only challenge what we see that is, in spite of all these sufficient availability, we are not sure that why the prices are going to go up. I'll request to get some questions from the consumer industry, and if you listen them, and then if you can just answer maybe the second round those questions. So if I request Mr. Soundarajan, being a part of the largest consumer of the country, if you can give and just explain that how your business got impacted, and as a poultry industry whole, with this current price and high price of soya meal, that will help us, and that may get some input to Dr. Jain also to answer those specific questions. So, Mr. Soundarajan, can you just please explain this?
Are you talking about this is the because of the soybean meal how it's impacted? Is it
Because
right?
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Normally, we used to the Indian industry poultry. Not only it's not. I'm not talking about on behalf of Suguna. I'm talking about on behalf of the industry now. Overall, in India, my estimate broiler feed production is around 14.5 million tons. Breeder feed accounts for an about 3.3 million tons. Layer feed is at 10.22 million tons. Poultry alone, as per my estimate, based on the current situation, 56 lakh tons will be the total consumption of soybean meal. So looks other. I'm talking about without aqua and dairy feed requirements. Poultry alone, I'm talking about 56 lakh tons. Is based on the price. It may go up by another 10% or it may come down by another 10%. If the prices are higher, it may be at a going. The people will go for alternate meals. Around 50 lakh tons will be the consumed. If it is a price or lower, it may go up to 60 lakh tons also. This is about soybean meal consumption. Currently, the about 4.5 lakh tons is a meal. It's a required in the country. Now, the overall paying around 20 to 25,000 rupees extra than the normal market prices. So you have to calculate in about 4.5 lakh tons into about assume around 25,000 rupees is based on the current price is that's the premium it's paid by the poultry feed companies. That will impact the poultry profit and loss of everyone whomever they are poultry producers. That's the value of impacts.
you are very correct in your assessment. 56 lakh tons, what you said is the requirement for the poultry feed industry particularly.
Yes.
So you say plus minus 10% based on the economics, particularly the prices.
Yes.
Since these prices are now shot up really, I'm expecting this some downtrend as far as the consumption in terms of substitution would be there. Some with some other protein meals, as you very rightly mentioned, and also inclusion ratios. I think maybe lower. I do not know about the placements whether they are exactly as per your past trends or this year. The placement of poultry chicks has also actually gone down a bit since the last year. It was very badly hit by the epidemic, and there was loss of the value of the poultry products. So obviously there must have been some reduction in the placement. So consequently, some consumption I might be have been lower. We have estimated 50 lakh tons of total feed demand, which includes in our case aqua demand as well. So probably yes, it may be 2-3 lakh tons more as per your I think estimates. But now coming to what is available, I think as I've mentioned, we would expect about 30 lakh tons of production to be available from the residual crop. Now you would say that why then there's so much of price rise? Price rises. I think I made this thing a statement that in the international funds, those who invest in commodity markets and in stock markets and everywhere, a lot of stimulus funds have actually been one of the major reason of chasing these agriculture commodities. And it is soybean is not only the solitary case, but in this way, a lot of other agriculture commodities have seen this similar kind of spurt or soaring of prices in the recent times. And this calls for, I would say, more a self restraint also from the part of the end user industry, also for the processing industry, that since kind of an artificial shortage has been created, which in our view doesn't it should not be there, because by all estimates which we have made, there is a crop which is about 3.64 million tons still available. Let us assume for the argument's sake that these estimates are not I would say realistic, or it may go down. In our view, we always put a rider of 5% more or less in the estimates, because it's an estimation process. even let's say we strike off 10% of the total crop size, which I mean some of the trading companies and they may not agree to those numbers. So even this we reduce it by 10% of the total crop. In our view, that it will still suffice the needs of the domestic feed industry very well up to September 2021, and this 23 lakh tons what we have estimated should be still available, because
I'm
as I
differing
mentioned,
your view, Mr. Davis.
it would be very small now from here on.
How I'm calculating, I'm having a huge gap. What I'm able to find out. Let me tell about the total balance sheet of the uh, soybean seed availability. Opening stock 5 lakh tons is the opening stock before the crushing season starts.
We had estimated about 5 lakh tons was the opening stock. I can share a slide.
Yeah, for me also the same 5 lakh tons.
Okay.
Production side earlier estimated 105 lakh tons, 10.5 million tons, but
yeah.
currently there is estimates is coming as a 95 lakh tons.
Okay, let's put it 95.
Right. Then imports is around 2 lakh tons is the imports.
Okay.
Overall 1 or 2 lakh tons is total available for crushing.
Yes.
For a resowing, it needs 12 to 13 lakh tons is the requirement for a resowing.
1.3, okay.
Then 94 lakh tons is the total available for a crushing.
Yes, sir. We have also estimated the same 93.5.
Right. So yeah. 94, if we are crushing, the soya meal availability is equivalent to 74 lakh tons, 73 lakh tons.
73.
Out of the 73 lakh tons of the soybean meal, which overall it's available, total whole season I'm talking about. Out of that, exports around 20 lakh tons is exports.
We are estimating 18, maybe 19 or so, I think, because now these prices, I don't think we will find much of outlets really available.
Yes, how it will not be.
Yeah.
Right. My estimate is 20 lakh tons. Then the human consumption is around 4 lakh tons.
Okay.
Poultry feed alone 56 lakh tons. 2 lakh tons is for coffee.
Okay.
If you are tying that one, overall the shortage will be around 9 to 10 lakh tons of the soybean meal is a total shortage.
Sir, my gut feel says that probably with these prices, high prices, the inclusion ratios have already dropped and dropped significantly. And on a 94 lakh tons crush, sir, normally we should get about 77 lakh tons, but let us put it even 1 lakh ton less, 76 lakh tons. So 76 lakh tons instead of 73 what you estimated.
Right.
With 18 lakh in our opinion is the export going to take place. Because even now the that non-GM or organic meal is no new contracts are taking place. So all this put together, I think available to us would be about 68 lakh tons. No, sorry, 58.
Right.
And 58, I think, should suffice the domestic needs in our view, because the inclusion ratios have come down. Now, what used to be about 22% for broiler feed, we were estimating, and about 15% for the layer feed. Probably what the kind of feedback we are getting it from the poultry sector, that the inclusions are
Dr. Dan,
80% now.
So Dr. Dan, let us do one thing. I think Mr. Sundararajan has given some statistics where he's saying 9 lakh ton gap is there, and let us listen from the poultry consumer experts only that what they are doing.
They are apart from that, one more thing also.
Reduced, or they are changed, or they are looking for alternates. I think they are the best people who can tell that. So. Till then, I think you can just work it out what gap and other things are there, and we'll come back to you again, get all those details. और उसके बीच में एक बार बहादुर क्या है यहाँ पे, तो बहादुर क्या से जरा आपको ये जानना है कि ये आप दो तीन चीजें हैं. पहली चीज तो ये है कि अभी आज के रेट में जो सोया का प्राइस है 70 रुपए, आपको लगता नहीं है कि पोल्ट्री इंडस्ट्री ने काफी लेट किया रिएक्ट करने में इसको, और ये इस लेवल तक हमने वेट किया कि यहाँ तक मतलब चीजें पहुंची, हम साइलेंट थे, हमने अभी तक आवाज नहीं उठाई और आज ये नौबत आई। दूसरी चीज ये कि आपने काफी प्रयास किए हैं, आपने एसोसिएशन की तरफ से रिसेंटली आपका एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को काफी अच्छा मतलब रिक्वेस्ट भी किया है, जिसमें आपने 2-3 सजेशन भी किए हैं। क्लापमा ने भी उसको सपोर्ट किया बाद में, और हमने भी आपके मार्गदर्शन पे हमने भी एक लेटर लिखा और उसको फॉलो अप किया। तो आपकी क्या राय है, आपका क्या कहना है, क्या होना चाहिए और क्यों हम तक पहुंचे हैं? ये क्वेश्चन अभी जाता है डॉक्टर मेहता एंड डॉक्टर दरवेश जैन के साथ में कि लोगों का सब मानना है कि prices which is going to at least going up at this moment, one of the major reason is trading of soya meal and soya seeds in the commodity NCDEX. How we can control on this and what are the way forward to mitigate this? So Dr. Mehta and Prajan, you both can give some highlight on this. I know this may be a little contrary subject for you, but actually if this is one of the key reason for this current situation, we need to find some solution out of that. Looking into the larger picture and the benefit of the livestock industry, not to think as a shorter term gain for some particular people, but overall as a whole industry, we need to think and we have to find some solution for that. So, Dr. Mehta, what is your thoughts on that? And then we can listen Dr. Davish Jan also on this part.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. NCDX should regulate the trading part, future trading part, and particularly if there is necessary, they must put the margin, sufficient margin, so that volatility get reduced, and that's possible. The measure they have to take the measures. Yeah, so when you can't see such a volatility as any other commodity, so I think NCDX should immediately take some measure to regulate the market and cool down the market. That's the first and foremost. That's the one. And as I said about the import, we may not import, but an announcement by the government for import will change the sentiment. And third, my request of friends of feed industry, don't get panic. There's enough availability. You are getting panic, you are buying at any cost, so the market is going up. Slow down your buying. If you are buying for 15 days, buy for 8 days. Buy for 8 days, buy for 6 days. Yeah. Relax. You will get this soybean meal as much as you want. Even Davis Bhai said about, I go with the SOPA number 104. You have enough material. And one more thing. Now the export, there's a disparity, $800 plus. So you won't see any export now. For next 3-4 months, there won't be any export. Very small quantity being exported. So that market will also close. So entire quantity would be available to the domestic market practically. So market has to cool down, and when industry is not buying the seed at this price because of disparity, so ultimately market has to come down. Wait, relax and wait rather than get panic. That's my advice to my fellow friends here.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Mehta. Can we listen from Dr. Davish Jain on this part? What are his views?
Yeah, I have listened to every view, which is quite, I think, realistic. On 2 or 3 things, particularly one is on the futures trading. What you have, mentioned. I think this is hurt the industry more than anybody else in a way that the market has not remained in the hands of the processors as such. It is the prices are ruled by those future exchanges. Now, until and unless we try and ask governments to put some kind of, physical deliveries compulsory against all such trading, then only probably we can see some more realistic prices, seen on the exchanges. Because today we don't see any soybean stocks also physically available as demat in NCDEX warehouses. So it has become only a paper trading in all practical purposes. So if there is some kind of supported with actual stocks or actual deliveries to take place, then probably it would somehow be more realistic in terms of the demand supply equation, and the prices cannot see that kind of a free run or a bull run.
Davish bhai, SOPA should request government to stop NCDEX market during lean period.
The point is that it is not directly in hands of SOPA or someone, because it is the largest. Now SEBI controls the whole thing. Now we should ask some solutions to this. And in my view, if we put, let's say, even I would say minimum 10% compulsory delivery against whatever is traded, I think that will put a restraint on indiscriminate, unbridled, kind of, trading, which is only paper trading otherwise. Second point was that, so this is one thing, and if it is supported with some physical delivery stocks available in the warehouse, so it will see itself level with the actual physical markets. On the other side of the import things, let me tell you, as every one of what we have heard, the views of all learned, panelists, that there is enough of soybean, that is for sure. Now, if that is the situation, where is the need for imports? The point is that how do we address this market situation? Do we allow this to run in the hands of bulls or the funds or the speculators? In case we observe or we have a self-restraint that, okay, this is enough, the market has gone above the roof, so let it cool down. And in that situation, I don't mind even some small substitution to take place in terms of the protein, but at the same time with demand, which is, as Dr. Mehta very rightly said, that although I'm sure, I think now with these prices, most of these feed manufacturers are going hand to mouth as far as their buying is concerned. But let's also make it that instead of buying left, right, and center in the area when the markets are soaring, don't add fuel to the fire. So we ourselves are the biggest sufferers. At 70 rupees plus of soybeans, we do not find a crushing margin actually available to us. We can't even derive a minimum crushing cost. This is a fact. Anybody can check the crushing parities. So it's the first thing, the first most hurt is ourselves in the process. So that, because you see, at what price we sell, we don't find ourselves to get a replacement for the beans. But I am sure, I think there's enough stocks sooner than later, I think, should surface in the marketplace and in the marketing yards.
So Dr. Jain, coming to the same question, maybe this is a little sensitive one, but what are your thought process? Don't you think that if government allows some imports, okay, maybe very minimal quantity, 1 million ton, this is not going to even break the sentiment, and the speculators, as well as the prices are also going to get under control. This is going to benefit everyone.
No, let me tell you, this is more a wishful thinking than anything else. Number one, it is not going to happen. For the reason, genetically modified is not something which you and someone can, say, or I can say, and government will allow. This is a forbidden by, as per the country's regulation. Any GN material, it is by Supreme Court of India order. Nobody can, supersede that. No government authorities would ever allow you to take it. Now, what remains a possibility is importing non-GM soybean meal. You would be surprised today the premium attached to non-GM soybean meal in the world market. Why is the Indian meal still selling at that price? It is selling at $800 plus in whatever small quantities. This is because non-GM material in the world market is available in a very, very small quantity. The only other producer in the world after India is Brazil and Ukraine. There's no other way where you can source any soy there. Or go to LDC, but they will only supply you soybeans of non-GM. But now non-GM soybeans, you would be surprised. Last trade, what we heard last week, is $845 a ton, because that is only one which is duty free because of low, least developed countries. Now getting soybean meal with hefty 35% premium non-GM meal, I don't think that you can get it. Number one, getting it duty free, it's a as I said, it's more of wishful thinking. No government would permit, because there's a huge duty already on this thing. So even government,
दविश भाई एक मिनट, दविश भाई यहाँ पे स्टॉप करना चाहूंगा आपको। मेज इंपोर्ट गवर्नमेंट ने अलाउ किया था और हमने नॉन जीएम मेज मंगाया हुआ है पोल्ट्री इंडस्ट्री ने पास्ट में। अगर गवर्नमेंट हमको अलाउ करेगा तो वी कैन इंपोर्ट नॉन जीएम सोयाबीन मील फ्रॉम यूक्रेन और सम अदर कंट्री।
नॉन जीएम तो पहले आया है, इंडिया में आ चुका है पहले नॉन जीएम सोयाबीन मील। I think our friend Sugna would confirm here. They have brought in some non-GM soybean meal, but at what price? The price would be even more than this today in the world market, because the availability is very, very small. So let us let us work out on what is available solution within our own system. I am sure, I think we can find a solution within our own system. What we need is self-restraint. Don't allow the prices to, move like this day after day. We have to say that, okay, enough is enough. And I'm sure, I think you can see the prices coming to more realistic level sooner than later. And I think now you have summer season, as Bahadur Sahab has already mentioned, 25% drop in the feed consumption is there during that April, May, June period. And secondly, the inclusion ratios have already gone down as per our own, your own data, which you have said how much is the feed production. I'm sure, I think there is no dearth of soybean meal from the indigenous sources. So the prices, let you you buy what is the real need, instead of getting a panic that the prices would keep on going. There's always something high has to come to some kind of reversal or correction at some point of time, and the time, I think, is right now for that. Thank you.